everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a seasonal chakra reading for each star sign. So as we're going into September, obviously the autumn period, this will cover September, October and November. And basically what I'm going to do is put the chakra stones in a bag, and then I will pick one out, and that will obviously tell you what you need to be focusing on regarding your chakra over that season period. So the cards I'm going to be using for the readings, which obviously I've premeditated on the cards as I normally do for most of my readings, are the Colette Baron Reed cards. I've got the Good Tarot, the Enchanted Map, the Wisdom of the House of Night. Those are all Colette Baron Reed's decks, and obviously I'll put the links below. And then I have the Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. Those are decks that I've used in my previous readings. I've also got the Moon Goddess Affirmation by Terry Foss, and these are lovely cards which I will be doing as a random pull at the end of the readings. And then for the animal medicine cards, because obviously it's to do with chakra and what you know, the influences around you, I've got the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit by Kim Kranz. So this is the first time I've used this in my readings. And I've also got a new deck which is Whispers of Healing, which obviously ties in, I think, with the actual chakra readings, and that's by Angela Hartfield. They're quite big cards, these are, and the artwork, as you'll see as I go through the readings when I pull this card out, that's associated with each sign. The artwork is absolutely beautiful, and the artwork's by Josephine Wall. So that's what I'm going to be doing with these readings, guys, for you on this occasion. Like I say, they are sort of seasonal chakra readings, so I'll be doing one for winter come December, which I'll be through for December, January and February, and then obviously I'll do the spring ones, which are March, April and May, and then I'll be doing the summer chakra ones, which obviously are then June, July and August. So that's just yeah, you know, the quick outlook on explaining what these readings are about. So guys, like I say, these are the chakra readings, and obviously the stones that we've got are obviously the root chakra, the sacral, the solar, the heart, the throat, the third eye and the crown chakra in this lineup with these stones. And obviously, on depending which one I pick out for you, then obviously I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go on. So I'm just going to pop these back in to start with. I'm going to draw out the chakra, and the readings I'm doing now are for my lovely Virgos. So these chakra reads, guys, cover the autumn period, because it's seasonal, the chakra reads that I do on my channel. So it'll be September, October, November, covering the 3 months. And the reason, you know, what stone I'm going to pick out for you will obviously highlight the reading that I'm doing. So I'm just going to have a little whiz in here for you, and we'll pull out a stone, and we've got the heart chakra for you guys for the autumn period, which obviously focuses around love. So I'm just going to put that stone there for a second, and then we've got this card here, which I'm going to place there because obviously that's the card where I've got my poetry on, so I'm going to leave that there a second, and then we'll start doing the reading for you. So like I say, this covers the autumn season, September, October, November. So it's basically saying for the autumn period, it's concentrating on healing. I just feel the Virgos have had a lot of issues around them in the last few months to do with heartache, really, in all sorts of aspects, whether that's loss, breakups of relationships. I just feel going through autumn, it's about healing your heart chakra, guys, because, you know, you've had a lot of wounds there. Your heart's carried a lot over the last couple of months, like I say, for one reason or another. So I'm just going to turn the first card over, because this is basically the energy of the animal medicine card that's been affecting you, as I said, over the last couple of months, coming out of the summer. And the card we've got is a water element of octopus. Now obviously water is to do with emotions, as I said, and like I say, with the octopus, your emotions have been everywhere, and you've had a lot of thoughts contained in your headspace. I'm just going to place that there a second so I can open, you know, the interpretation of this. So the octopus, obviously, like I say, you've just been you know, all over the place. Your emotion, guys, have been all over the place, and like I say, some of my Virgos out there have really had their hearts wounded over the last few months. But this is, like I say, this is what you're coming out of as we go into the autumn period. So I'm just going to open up the reading a little bit more to see what we've got on the next card. And here we've got message. So I do feel, even though you're coming out of this state where you've been all over the place and your emotions have been everywhere, I do feel some of my Virgos though are still waiting to hear of some closure. It's like something from the past that you can't seem to get closure from, or it's a relationship split that you've had recently in the last couple of months that you still feel you need closure on. And obviously that's what's you know, stopping your heart chakra from healing, because there's like these loose ends. Because again, looking at the octopus, you know, with all these tentacles out and about, an octopus, obviously their sense is feeling. So this is encompassing the, you know, the whole of your thoughts and feelings, because it's taking up your headspace as well, guys. Because if you look here, it's just saying your head's aglow with all this like these thoughts and feelings that you feel that you know you're still waiting for answers for, guys. So as you're going into the autumn, you know, you're still resonating a little bit with this previous energy. You know, I do feel some of my Virgs are still waiting for some closure to do around, obviously, I do feel obviously love aspects here. Just going to open it up a little bit more and just see what we've got. We've got Three of Earth, and as we can see from this card, it's like, you know, she's looking into the distance and still waiting for some information to come to her. Obviously these aren't, you know, gender specific, but it's just saying it ties in with this one. Like, it's just some of my Virgs out there going through autumn. It's still like they're still waiting to tie up some loose ends or to hear some information from what's gone on in the last couple of months, to do with, like I say, I feel this more to do with relationships for you Virgs. So that's what I'm picking up here. So I'm just going to open it up a little bit more as we go on into the, you know, as the month unfolds. So as you go into the autumn then, guys, it's basically saying it's time to ground yourself a little bit now. Just try and stop this busyness that's going, you know, around and around in your heads, and just try and ground yourself. Start listening to your inner voice. That's what I mean to say. It's like trying to say, if you're not getting the answers that you want for the closure, try and sit and analyse everything that's gone on, guys, in the last couple of months. Listen to your own subconscious. Listen to what your heart is saying. Because obviously, you know, we're like pulled sometimes, aren't we? You know, do we go with what our heads are saying, or do we follow what our heart's feeling? So this is the chakra reading I'm getting for you guys for autumn. And, you know, the cards couldn't say any more, really. Do I go with what my head's saying, or do I go with what my heart is saying? So you have still got some loose ends, and that's why I feel the octopus is still, you know, following itself in as we go into autumn. Still a lot of loose ends, Virgs, that you've got to tie up here to try and then get some peace and tranquility back as then we go into the winter period starting December. So I'm just going to turn over the next card for you, and we've got I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Now I'm more drawn here to the picture more so than the words, because if we see the border, it's very dark, and very busy, a very busy card on the edges here. And this more or less reflects this octopus card on the outline. You know, you've got your black and your white. But it's saying here, it's reflecting, as I said, listen to your inner voice. Because I'm feeling this is like your, you know, the little bird chirping here on top of the elephant, which is also, you know, elephants are very knowledgeable. They don't forget things. But it's saying you've got to start listening now to your own inner self. Matters of the heart, because obviously it's drawing the heart chakra out for you. It's just saying obviously these are matters of the heart, where you're being drawn between thoughts of your head. Do you go with your head or do you go with your heart? So this is something you guys are going to have to work through the next 3 months. So I'm just going to have a look at the next card. This is obviously the healing oracle card, and we have receive healing. So the divine and spirit are going to be, you know, giving you little signals really, and sending this healing for you. That's why it's saying start listening, you know, start listening to what, basically I'm trying to say to you, because you're pulled between thoughts in your head and then obviously feelings of your heart, it's going to be sending healing down to you so you can try and bring some calm, clarity to these feelings. Because guys, with the octopus spirit, I just feel you've been, like I say, you've just been, your emotions have been everywhere. You've just been tying yourself up in knots, literally tying yourself up in knots, and making some of my Virgs out there, I just feel that it's made them ill. I just feel it's made you, you know, ill. And that's why the universe, going through the autumn with the chakra reading I'm doing today for you, is going to be sending that healing down to you. You know, it's going to be sending that healing down, and it's going to be trying to heal your heart, trying to heal that heartbreak, whether that's through, like I say, relationships or physical loss. You know, whether that's, you know, you've been in turmoil because you've actually lost somebody, you know, passed away. But it's saying that going through the next 3 months, you are going to be getting the healing that you are needed around your heart chakra. So that's what I'm saying. The last card is the medicine card at the end of autumn. So this is going to be like the end of November, guys. So you've come in as the octopus, you know, still all over the place, tying yourself in knots, still unfinished things to tie off. You know, some of you are still waiting, you know, for information, like for closure, because obviously the cards are, you know, you're still waiting, you know, still looking ahead in the distance. You need, you know, needing some kind of closure of something. But going out into the end of November, right at the end, this is the animals medicine card, and again it's a fire card, the camel card is, but it's saying here, because camels storing, they store water, don't they? Obviously camels do, and they can go long distances, and it's saying, you know, you've still got a long way to go to heal your wounds here, but it's saying you'll have the endurance to do it, guys, as you go into the winter phase. So it'd be interesting when I come to do the winter chakra reads from December, January, February, that'll cover. But it's just saying you're going to be more grounded. You know, this like spirit, octopus spirit that you're coming in with, this medicine card, where you're all over the place and tying yourself in knots. Coming out of the autumn, at the end of November, you are going to be more, have your feelings more grounded. You're going to have gained more knowledge, have had more answers come to you to help you with your healing around your heart. And it's going to be a new cycle for you, because we've got a new moon here, guys, as we're going in. You know, this is going to be like tailing into the winter, December then. So as you're going into a new phase, and you are going to have the stability and feel more grounded than you were coming in September. So you're going from this animal medicine card, obviously with the water and the emotions running deep, to a more you know, assertive, getting your fire back, really, getting the zest for life back. Because like I say, I do feel some of my Virgs have really been, you know, it's really affected them, and to the point it's made you ill. Some of my Virgs, it's made this has made you ill, and that's why on this chakra read we've got for you for autumn is why the heart chakras come out, because you do need so much healing and nurturing, and that's why, you know, this card's come out for you guys, because the spirit and the divine and the universe are going to be bombarding you with healing, and you are going to be coming into the winter at the start of December in a better frame of mind all round, and it's going to be a new start for you guys. You're going to get your answers. You know, I'm not saying you're going to get all your answers, but you know, you're going to be more clarity on what's gone on in the last few months. So I'm just going to quickly shuffle these then, and we'll get an affirmation card for you. You have to excuse my throat, guys. I haven't been well for a couple of months. I've actually had shingles, so that's sort of knocked me about a little bit. So if my voice sounds a bit up and down, it's because it's affected my throat quite nastily, really. But I hope it's about getting the message out of there, so I'm being in real trooper style for you and getting these chakra reads out for you guys for autumn. So I'm just going to have a look, Virgs, of what we've got, and I feel I want to pull that one out there. Let's just place that there a second. So we have, I love and cherish my entire being. So I feel here, it's obviously with the moon phases across the top, like I say, you're going into a new phase at the end of autumn, and you've still got this, as I call it, a cooking pot, really. There's still things bubbling away that you need to obviously get answered and resolved. But it's saying, again, it's the word love's come out here, which obviously ties in with the heart chakra, and it's about finding self-love now as well. I do feel that you need to start loving yourself, because like I say, you've gone through a rough period, Virgs. I do feel, you know, you've been, like I say, tying yourself in knots, and it's about finding that self-love, and yet you've still got things bubbling away there that you need answers for, but you will get clarity, because with the crystals, you know, surrounding the pot here, it's just saying you are going to get that communication, you know, through having the crystals on the card to me, having the quartz crystal there, you know, you are going to get the communication, and the flame is more or less saying, it's tying in with the fire sign here, because the upward triangle is the element of fire, and it's just saying, you know, you are going to be coming out more grounded, more focused, and that flame, you know, that burning sensation of you want to get on with your life now. You want to get rid of all this tying yourself in knots. It's about looking after you guys, really, Virgs. You know, getting towards the end of the next 3 months, it's about looking after you, self-love, trying to tie up these loose ends that have just been whirring away, going round and round in your headspace, you know, torn between your head and your heart. So that's what I'll get there for the reading. I'm just going to tie it up now with my little poetry words for you, because like I say, I always try and do a little bit of a poetry read when I've meditated on the cards. And I had a little bit of an added spin on this. It was weird, because when I was pulling out the first cards for these readings, for the chakra readings, it was like I had songs, you know, pop songs, you know, jump into my head. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to put the links of the songs that have come out for each reading at the bottom. So for you, because this octopus was all over the place, I actually had the song by Avril Lavigne, Head Above Water, come popping straight into me, and as soon as I turn that card over. So, you know, I'll put the link underneath and just give it a click and have a listen to the lyrics. Like I say, you know, it might mean something to you as you go along over the next 3 months. So I've put, you've struggled with your emotions, tying yourself up in knots. Time to surface from the darkness. Let your conscience have a shot of listening to your inner voice will help your confidence grow. Like the camel in the desert, you have a long way to go. And it's just saying you have got a long way to go. I think between now and the end of the year, in like I say, getting rid of this tying yourself up in knots energy, clearing your headspace, you know, so your heart can start healing. And obviously you are going to get the healing from the divine anyway, and spirit. They are going to be protecting you. You know, you've still got these little things bubbling away that you do need closure from. But the overall reading, guys, for this chakra reading, you are going to be coming out on a more positive note at the end of November. So I hope you can take something away, Virgs, with that from the reading I've given you today. And like I say, these are seasonal readings I do with the chakra readings. So the next one I'll be doing will be for December, January and February, which is the winter chakra. So it'll be quite interesting to see. Like I say, just dip in and out of these readings over the next 3 months. Just a reminder, really, to just for your own guidance to see how you're getting along. So yeah, thanks for tuning in again, guys, and I look forward to reading to you next time. Take care then. Bye.